From a layout standpoint, consumers are busy. You guys are not the best thing on their honey to-do list. Okay? They're not excited about it. New heat pump, Hawaii. Okay? We got to make it look clean and clear. When somebody comes to a site, you have junk pages, which are kind of not great for SEO, but great for people. Having 2 levels of navigation will help you. Making sure there are clear calls to action. You have existing customers. Schedule service is important for them. You have new prospects. Request an estimate, online estimate, get a quote, free quote. Those are call to actions. We need to drive them. A lot of times all I'll see is like a general proposition. You're like, look more, contact us. We have to be bold when it comes to getting consumers to convert. Giving the ability to apply for financing online. If I can say, you can go to Hawaii and finance and get the heat pump. That's better, right? You can do both. Okay? Now, the way consumers search, we'll get into content for just a minute. That's step 2. Okay, let me just wrap up the step 1 on the website. Okay. You can absolutely have a website that's designed for today and keep it updated over time. It does not cost a fortune. What it is it costs you not freaking out because it's never going to be perfect. WordPress is the best content management system to build a website in today. Might be different later. It allows you to have pages, blog posts, content, great design. And WordPress is called an open source application, which means there are tens of thousands of developers all contributing to one code bank. When you get a WordPress website, right out of the gate, you have hundreds of thousands of hours of development time from some of the world's geniuses keeping this thing up to date, keeping it current. And then when you add a designer to make it pretty that understands HVAC and you add content, all of a sudden you have something that can be kept up with over time. It's doable. Just can't get stuck. Okay? Content is next. Here's the basics. When it comes to content, what do you want to sell? Where do you want to sell it? And you cannot compete with the big box retailers. They have slightly bigger budget than all of us. Which means if I have a page on my website, how many of you guys have seen Bruce Almighty, the movie? Okay, do you remember when he walks into that warehouse and God's in there and he was like, anything you've ever said, anything you've ever done is in this drawer. When you do a search online, that's what happens. Google says they're searching for air conditioning repair in blank. This big drawer opens up. Every page on somebody's website is a piece of paper in that drawer. The more popular the page, the closer to the front of the drawer it is. Does that make sense? Okay. If it's in the front of the drawer, you have a new cash machine. Because people look where when they need something? At the front, on Google. Not as on that. All right. How do consumers search? They don't know what they need. AC repair, AC service, AC maintenance, AC tune-up, AC replacement, AC installation. AC replacement and installation are not the same. It might be the same thing to you. It's not to them. They have no clue. Key phrases. Some of them might say air conditioner. Some might say air conditioning. What they don't say is cooling. You guys say that. So if you have a page on your website that says cooling repair, just go, that's not going to help. If you have a page on your website that says air conditioning or air conditioner, let's go look. Air conditioner. This is the number of pages in that drawer. Let me make it bigger. How many pages in this drawer? In order for you to have a cash machine, you only need to be in the top 10 of that number. Give me a city you guys are in. Somebody? Little Rock? Is that better? We can do that. See the difference? Air conditioner repair, Little Rock. I'm not competing with the entire nation. Now I'm marketing to a city where consumers live that I want to sell to with a service that they actually look for. Most people are not looking for air conditioners yet. Okay? They're not ready to buy an air conditioner on the website. Not yet. Most. I should say that. Hey, in order for you to get here, making a list of what do you want to sell, where do you want to sell it, getting a piece of paper with that content on the site with it labeled properly so Google understands it, just like a file system. It's got to have a proper label, has to have a little description. That's called SEO. That's all SEO means. It's the labeling and popularity of a page. You guys heard search engine optimization? Yes. Okay. That's the easy version. If I want to sell AC repair in blank, I need a page of content. That page needs to become popular, done through social and local and link, all these things. And when it gets to page 1 of Google, I am now an option for those consumers who want to buy that service in that city. That's my cash machine. That makes sense? We're there? Okay, creating content is miserable. So, this is a sad class. Tell you how to cheat. You guys are the best salespeople in your company, right? You can pay for somebody to write content, which that means they need to know SEO, they need to know Google, they need to know your industry, and they need to understand your personality, and now you have a custom content writer and a proofer and all that stuff. It becomes expensive, okay? Doing it yourself. There is an app that is free called Google Keep. It's part of the G Suite platform. Anybody use G Suites? Google Docs, Google App, Gmail, Google Calendar, okay? One of the best things a small business owner can do is use G Suites. This system has a little button on it that says record. And I can tell this that I want to create content for my website to talk about air conditioner repair. Here's the 5 things you need to ask an AC repair guy before hiring them. Here's the 3 things so you can talk. You guys have came back from an appointment and been talking to your advisor. Do you know what I mean? You know that appointment, right? If you find yourself talking to your advisor on the way back, or you find yourself answering the same question more than once, should you duplicate it? Should you put it so other people can find it? Absolutely. It does not cost a lot of money. It doesn't take a lot of time. And the one person that says, I don't have time to record it, but it's totally okay repeating that answer 500 times a week, that's another meeting we need to have on the side, right? For the very reason you say you don't have enough time, that's the reason you need to make time. We need to get all this valuable stuff out of your head and into a digital space so you and what you know can sell while you go on that 2-week vacation in the middle of summer. Does that make sense?
And other people that you record it to Google Keep.
Then you hit share.
Okay, so
And you can share like a Google Doc. You can send it to your content, your SEO team, and say, hey, optimize this, do the nerd stuff, drop it on my website, let's make it popular. I'd like a new cash machine for selling heat pumps, humidifiers, whatever, air conditioner, repair, service, installation, anything. Make sense? What do you want to sell? Every single one of these is a search term that consumers look for. We keep track of these nationwide and know exactly. So sometimes I'll have someone will say, I live in California. We don't have furnaces here. A furnace is something you see in Freddy Krueger's basement. That's scary. We don't have furnaces in California. Well, if they move there from Chicago, you have furnaces. You need to. Okay? If you're in Chicago, you say, we don't call them heaters. Well, if they move from California or Washington, you better sell heaters because they don't know furnace. I had a gentleman in California, we were at an event a couple weeks ago, and he was like, Jen, I got a page on my thing, it says geothermal. He was like, we can't do geothermal. He starts going into this thing, my mind thump. He was like, the clay and this and that, and we can't do it. And he was like, I've answered 3 calls since you started speaking about geothermal. And I was like, awesome, did you tell him why you can't sell it? Or why they can't use it? And he said, yeah, I had to explain the whole thing. I said, great, do you have an appointment to tell them what they do need? And he said, yeah, I mean, I said, I have all 3 appointments. I was like, leave the content. Leave it. He was like, but I don't sell it. I was like, no, but they were looking for it. And you got the appointment. Leave it. He was like, why is it on there? Arr. Like, relax. Okay? So, you know, he was rawr. Like, frustrated. So, every page on there, even if you don't sell it, if a customer's looking for it and you can get ranked for it and it gives you an opportunity to get on the phone and share with them what they do need and why they need it. Did you win? You won. Absolutely.
As long as you know it's on there and you know how to answer it.
Yeah. I don't know how that happened, actually. He was really not happy at first. So we have to breathe into these things. Let me show you real quick. Here. I don't know where it went. AWR. How many of you guys are currently investing in some kind of an SEO program? Okay. And do you have a set of key phrases that they're responsible for getting ranked and that you track where it's ranked?
Probably.
I love you guys.